get started.
Hey, preacher, how
I'm
are
ready.
you?
Hey, I'm great. Just found out I'm not the father. God is good, but I'm sure you knew this.
Won't he do it? So,
Yeah.
listen, can you tell us a little bit about your latest comedy special? I see it's going to be YouTube. It looks huge. It's a huge success for you. I can just see the excitement, and I know it's going to be positive, and it's going to sell out. It's going to do numbers. But how do you feel about it? Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Personally, I think it's the funniest special of 2024. I think. I think that even if specials comes out, other specials come out later this year, it's not gonna be as funny as this one. That's how funny it is. That's what I think. So if you ever get a chance to watch my special on YouTube or even Amazon, go watch that. That's not really how I feel. But I'm sure you knew I was lying because you're psychic. But I think it is funny though. I do think it's a funny special. So
Um,
I think it's my funniest special. How about that?
So, and isn't that preacher having a client now like Aries is a celebrity? What I see is that when I start talking to her, I'm thinking I'm like in the green room, thinking I'm talking like a therapist to her, giving her my updates right before, and she's like, "Man, Neil's throwing me to the wolves right here as first ever like live radio show interviewing someone like this." So, preacher, that's the kind of thing you're gonna have to add this to your comedy special. That some guy just decided to throw a co-host in who's a psychic, and you're but I guess she's already thinking that you're going to put a joke in one time, right, Reacher?
Yeah, I'm sure she knows everything. I mean, I've never really spoken to a psychic. So what do y'all do?
Yeah, tell go ahead, Aries, go tell him.
Um, I you know what? I people consider me the psychic, but I really just have a God-given gift. I decided to, of course, use mine in different ways. But I do a lot. I help with missing persons. I help solve unsolved murder cases. I help um guide people with daily life decisions. Spiritual advisor is what I like to call myself. I was known, this ain't even about me, preacher. Don't try to no, you're not gonna try to deflect. We talking about you in
Hey,
this
first
special
off,
that
you
you
knew this
get.
was gonna happen.
I
I
knew it.
don't know
I knew
why
it.
you. Yeah, yeah. I don't know why you acted all brand new. You knew I was about to ask that question.
We gonna run
No,
it back to
but
you because this is about you today. Everybody else, we can focus on me later. I want to say this because before you even came
why don't you
on,
tell me about me?
I'm finna tell you. Don't you worry about it.
Okay,
Because
I'm ready. I'm ready.
the first thing that came to me before
Tell
you
me when I'm gonna
even,
find me a wife. Tell me this. Tell me
well,
when I'm
you
gonna get
gotta,
these babies out the way.
well, first of all, you're very busy. You don't make enough time for yourself. Okay. You compromise a lot of time just to even spend time with yourself. So how can you even focus on a wife if you can't even focus on finding those moments that you need to really decompress and focus on you for a minute. You're very
You
busy.
hear those
Life is
fingers
very
snapping
fast.
in the background?
It's period. Okay.
Okay.
Um, Netflix is coming for you though. And I've said this twice. I told Neil, I was like, he's got a Netflix, and he's like, it's YouTube. And I was like, no, Netflix is coming. You need to know that. And I think your team knows that you're bigger than YouTube. You've always been bigger. You've had big personality since you were a kid. But you're bigger than YouTube. So Netflix is coming, and I do see it before the end of the year. So there's going to be a spinoff. So this is just the beginning. It's the funniest special, but it's the biggest special. Okay. So let me just say that. And the three babies are coming, but it's gonna be down the line.
What do you
Three
think of that?
babies.
Yo,
But
what do
it's
you think
three
of
of
that?
them.
What do you think of that, preacher?
Well, I already got two, so she's right. I got one more to go, and yeah.
You
I
don't
mean,
have the
no, I
girl
don't have
yet.
kids. No, I don't have a girl, man. That'd be cool, man. That'd be cool to have a girl or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Isn't this crazy,
But
preacher? You never been on an interview like this, right? This is so crazy. I didn't. I knew she would be gold, but this is awesome.
yeah, she's pretty good. I mean, that'd be cool if I would like for her to be if I get a Netflix special this year. She said this year. If she
It is
said this
this year.
year,
Mhm.
okay. But I'm saying that's pretty crazy. So if she says that, I'm a kidnapper. I'm just letting you know now that she's in your studio right now. You should enjoy this moment. Because
She's
if I
not in the
mess around
studio.
getting
She's
it,
in my virtual studio, but no, you're gonna
oh,
have to
okay,
fight her off. You know, she works with
yeah,
certain people, other celebrities too.
yeah.
She
I
is
don't.
this,
Yeah,
yeah.
I would. I don't care. I'd kidnap her easily, easily. What are we talking about, man? I would. It's so I get. It would be a comfortable kidnap. Like I would have a nice. The van I would have a lot of room
Oh
in it.
man,
I
wait
would,
a minute
you
now,
know,
preacher.
I'd have snacks and I'd have like beverages, and it'd be your favorite beverage. You know,
Them
it'd be
cherry
great.
Pepsis
So
don't get me every time.
yeah, that's
Uh,
crazy. I mean, that would be awesome. I would love a Netflix special. I would love any kind of special, but I mean, I'm I'm working on my third one right now. That's why I'm on tour, and I think this third one's the best one yet.
well,
Yes.
and about being on tour, preacher, what do you love most about being on tour?
I love most of just performing. I don't like traveling. I hate traveling. It's, I think people think when you're traveling, you're like, oh, you go to these different cities and you get to like, experience. Because I performed in every city, including North Dakota, Hawaii, and Alaska. I performed in I said city, every state in America, and I don't get to experience the state or the city. Because I'm flying in, and by the time I land, I got to perform and stuff, and it's not as much time. But they say a lot of times, you pay the comedian to travel so they can perform for free, because the performance, my favorite part, going to different places. People are like, oh, I watched you for years at this place and that place. And it's pretty awesome. That's my favorite part.
All right. What else do you have, Aries? This is definitely didn't expect this, preacher, but I think she did, and she set me up. She knew she'd be a natural on this.
I mean,
Yeah.
I got some questions, but it's like, I don't need the questions because I see the spirit, I see the energy. The question I had was, how challenging is it for you to perform in front of a live audience? But you're a natural. You've done this. You're a very introverted personality, though. It's crazy because people look at you and be like, he's a wildflower. Like he literally is. You really are closed off. You're very private outside of what people see. You entertain, but then you kind of go back to your little shell hermit mode. I just keep hearing like a hermit.
Yes, that's true. As soon as I perform, I go straight back to my hotel. I don't really go out,
Right.
and
And
I'm really cool with my close circle, and
mm-hmm.
I kind of keep it cool with them. But I don't party. I don't like hanging around other comedians. I don't
Nope.
like hanging out with other people, to be honest with you. So yeah,
See?
it's
Wow.
true. That's that's very true.
Wow. Are you shocked by this? But again, I'm not shocked because she's told me things, and I'm like, you're gonna have to fight me off, preacher. I'm 6'10" to go ahead, and you have to fight me off to take her away from me.
Are you 6'10" for real?
Yeah, I'm a former pro wrestler. Going to do a little
Yeah, but you
documentary.
could be a former pro wrestler and not be 6'10". 6'10" is crazy.
Yeah.
That's
Isn't it?
like that's crazy, bro. You got a duck to get inside doors.
Yes, I do.
That's crazy.
How tall are you,
That's
preacher?
crazy how you're 6 inches taller than me, ladies. You know?
Oh, so
That's
you're
not true. I'm 5'11".
oh,
No,
you're
I'm
five. You're
lying.
not going to say you're 6'4".
Yeah,
Hey, but if
yeah.
Bronny James can say he's 6'4" when he's only 6'1", you could do the same.
Yeah, he's six. Yeah, you know what? It doesn't matter what he says. He could say he's 5'3". He's LeBron James' son, and he's gonna get into. Yeah. I want to see him play with his dad. No, I want to see that. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be a cool ending for LeBron. Have you ever met LeBron before?
I've never met LeBron. I don't think I've met too many basketball players.
What
Yeah,
sport's your favorite
I, don't,
sport?
I love mixed martial arts. I love MMA. You know, it's I used to love wrestling, then I stopped watching it because I didn't have cable, and then I feel like it's cool now. I just missed out. The Rock came back, and anyway, but
Yeah,
I like yeah,
yeah,
I watch it. His little promos on Instagram are crazy. He's like leaning into being a villain, and it's awesome.
yeah. You'd be a great villain, wouldn't you, if you played a villain in a movie, right?
I would love to be a villain, man. I would love to be a villain. That'd be great.
Well,
Not in real life.
and you're touring all over the country. Where are places you're going to be coming up on tour? Where you're going to be going?
I'm going to Hawaii, going back to Orlando. I'm going to Canada, do some shows in Canada. I'm just gonna go everywhere. You know, I want to go to Australia next year. Australia and Antarctica, the only two, in Africa, are the only places I haven't performed, only continents I haven't performed in. But I'm trying to go everywhere. You know, where should I go? Tell me where I can go, psychic, so I can
No,
go
that's
ahead.
ask the psychic medium Aries. Where should he go to travel next and tour?
Okay, before, I also
definitely.
have another question. Do you believe in
Okay.
signs like astrology and stuff, or no?
Absolutely. I'm not now astrologically. I have my own astrologer. Okay, that's on my team. You know, you always have the people that have to help guide and heal you as well. But I do believe that the universe does send us synchronicity signs, and I'm always the type like, oh wow, a yellow butterfly. What spirit trying to tell me today? You know, so I do believe in synchronicity. Absolutely. When you first when you were talking about your tour and loving how you get on stage, it was 10:10, and I looked at the clock. I was like, yeah, rebirth and renewal, because 10 is completion. And it was, as you know, I was speaking on that Netflix thing. So I absolutely do believe in signs. And I know I wasn't on this show by coincidence. It wasn't, this was supposed to be, which was crazy because I was like, I ain't even coming on here. Like, I got things to do today. I'm in the middle of watching a trial, a high profile trial for one of my clients. And I was like, I don't have time for this today. But I was like, Neil asked me to do it. I'm going to jump on in the middle of trial. But I wherever you go next, I do see you do need to go overseas, but water. You need to ground yourself. I'm telling you, like, you can't, and then you calling in a wife and children, and you don't want to leave the hotel rooms. But I do feel like water. Um, and I know you said Hawaii, but this ain't it. I'm talking about like Jamaica, the Caribbean area, water.
Hmm. What do you think of that, preacher?
Man,
If
you
yeah.
know, I mean, well, that's pretty crazy.
All right. Well, you'll
That's
find
pretty crazy.
out.
When did you figure out you had like powers?
Look at y'all trying to interview me. Since I start seeing at a very young age. I always knew I was different. But 12 was when it was the reality. And I ran from it for years. I mean, years. I joined the Marine Corps. That just made it worse, to be honest. You sitting in old barracks, looking at spirits and war heroes, you know. But I've always had the gift since I was a child, and I actually have a daughter who has the same gift. And so it was more so not wanting to dim her light and have her going through life feeling angry or confused because she sees and hears and knows things and doesn't have anybody to relate to. I think as the Black community, we tend to speak fear into our children because that's just hereditary. You know, you ain't hearing what you seeing, or you're not seeing what you hear, or any of that, you know. Or and I wanted her to be the purest form of me, without any type of stipulation surrounding her gifts. So it was more of a wake up call when I had my daughter.
All right. Well,
Oh,
my new co-host, Preacher Lawson. Guess what? I guess you're going to be my co-host. I need to be texting you and saying when you want to jump on with some celebrities. But Preacher, as a celebrity himself, where can people check you out? Again, check out your special. When is it dropping on YouTube?
it dropped about 6 weeks, 2 months ago, and it's you can find me at Preacher Lawson on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, Tinder, OK
Not
Cupid,
Tinder.
OnlyFans, Craigslist. You can find me there.
All right, we appreciate it. Preacher is a lot of fun, man. Take care. Talk to you soon.
Thank you so much,
All
man.
right.
Y'all.
All right, see ya. You listen and watch